Alright there guys, welcome back again to another video. More media books for you. There's been a whole slew of new releases recently, so I had a bunch come through the post last week, so I thought I'd do an update video for you. And all new releases, so there's going to be quite a few new editions from the media book world in the coming days and weeks in the lead up to Christmas. Some really cool stuff coming out, so it's absolutely crippling financially, but I'll try and save a few pennies to pick some of them up. But anyway, let's get started. So we're going to kick things off with a movie that came out earlier on in the year at the cinema, and that's the Child's Play reboot, which has finally come out in Germany. I had this on pre-order for seems like ages. I know this has hit Blu-Ray already in various countries already. But yeah, here we have the Cape Light media book from Germany, and it's a film that I wasn't too enthusiastic about seeing, to be honest. The previous two Chucky movies, which was The Curse of Chucky and Cult of Chucky, I thought they was really good. So I thought the series was back on track. So I was quite to see the reboot get announced. And to be fair, the reviews have been generally positive. It didn't quite get the bashing I expected it to. So I'm quite intrigued to see how I'll react to it. But I'll give it a try over the weekend coming up. See how it goes. So yeah, here we have the media book from Cape Light, like I said. And the unique thing about this media book is that it glows in the dark. My first glow-in-the-dark media book. And to my knowledge, it's the only one of its kind. I don't think I've come across a glow-in-the-dark media book before. But you can probably make out the image that does actually do the glowing. It's the knife, the arm, and actually the title as well glows in the dark. And the text on the spine also has a illuminating effect. So it's not a strong glow-in-the-dark feature. I have tested it out. The camera can hardly pick it up, so I won't bother trying to show you, but there is a bit of glowage to it. There's the back cover there. Pretty nice media book. This label Cape Light do some really smart media books. Really good company. One of the best quality editions they put out. So it is a Blu-ray and a DVD release, and a really fun media book as well. You can see one of the funny promo posters that was used to create a bit of hype and buzz around the film. Here we have Chucky taking a lighter to poor old Rex there from Toy Story. We have another cool one in there. There it is. He's decapitated Annabelle there. And poor old Woody as well gets mangled at the hands of Chucky. So some pretty cool promotional posters included inside the media book. But all the text will be in German, of course. So, I'm intrigued to see how this one turns out. So that's the Child's Play remake from earlier on this year. Alright, moving on. We have a really cool release of The Return of the Blind Dead. Part of the Blind Dead series. This is the second installment. And it's been given a really, really cool looking padded media book to go along with the first one in the series, Tombs of the Blind Dead, which come out just over a year ago. So it's been quite a wait for the next edition to get released. Hopefully they don't stagger the other two so far apart. But glad it's finally here, and they look great together on the shelf. So hopefully the second two in the series follow along quite shortly. But anyway, here we have, like I said, Return of the Blind Dead, also known as Return of the Evil Dead. And I believe this one came out in 1974. Some good Spanish zombie type action. It relies more on mood and atmosphere and creepiness, but you do get a bit of moderate gore and a bit of sleaze. This is probably my favourite of the four, actually. The premise is quite similar to that of The Fog, which was to come out about 6 years after this. So a decent film, and a really nice lavish release of it. Limited to 1,000. There you go, there's the number there. Now there are two cuts of the film on here. You get the longer version and the export version, which is shorter by about 4 minutes. But in the longer version, those 4 minutes have been spliced back in. They haven't been translated into English. So there's 4 minutes of footage that you won't be able to understand if you're not of the German or Spanish language, because these are Spanish-made movies. But it's nice to have the longer version of the movie. It has all the gore, all the nastiness included. And the Blu-ray presentation is it's not too bad. It's definitely room for improvement with the transfer, but it's definitely watchable, and it's in its original aspect ratio as well. So there's the back here. It just comes out of the J card like that, and it's got a bit of embossing on the title text and on the emblem there. On the back, it's just got that weathered, rotting look. Inside, you get your Blu-ray disc with both cuts of the movie, and a couple of DVDs, each with the cuts separately on each disc. And about a 24-page booklet, I think it is, all in German, the text. But there are some nice posters and other images to gaze upon inside. So yeah, really good films. If you haven't checked out the Blind Dead series, it's highly recommended. I think it's just a matter of time before someone like Blue Underground or Synapse put these out in a nice restored box set, hopefully. That would be very welcome. But until then, these Mediabooks are more than satisfying enough to have on the shelf. So that's Return of the Blind Dead, 1974, I think it will come out. Right, moving on. We have a new release from NSM Records of Germany, and that's of Amityville 3D. This one come out way back in '83. I've only seen this one movie once, and it wasn't quite as bad as I was expecting it to be. Obviously, if you're watching it in 2D, some of the special effects are just going to look a bit silly, but there's still plenty enough entertainment value about it. And really pleased that NSM finally got around to releasing this one, because they've already put out the first two Amityvilles in a nice Mediabook, and also the remake, which I have somewhere. So there you have the first one, second one, and the remake. So it's a nice little collection to have, and it's quite nicely timed as well, because recently the Vinegar Syndrome Amityville Cursed Collection was released, which I think contains parts 4, 5, 6 and 7. 4, 5, 6. So yeah. So the Amityville collection on Blu-ray is coming along nicely. So yeah, I don't think this contains the real 3D. I think it's anaglyph, I think they call it. So you might have to wear those silly red and green glasses, or whatever colour they are. So bear that in mind. But it's nice to have the movie on Blu-ray. It's been a while since I've seen it, so I'm looking forward to revisiting this one. So there's the back cover. I think there was about 5 covers available for this one, but the cover options wasn't too great, if I'm being brutally honest. I've got cover B, which is limited to 333 copies. But yeah, the other available covers weren't too eye-catching for me. Even this one, to be honest, is a bit bland, even though it's got the old retro image on the front there. So there you go, there's the Blu-ray disc. And a DVD copy as well. And about 16 pages inside. So there you go. That is Amityville 3D. Right, the last 3 are all from the Nameless label, which is a really cool German company. And the first of their releases that I picked up was Mindwarp, also known as Brain Slasher. I've never seen this one. I kept getting this one confused with another film called Brain Scan. So I went for many years thinking I'd actually seen this one, but I haven't. So I'm looking forward to giving this one a go. We got Bruce Campbell and Angus Scrimm in this one. And this has got the nice new artwork here. A bit of glossing on the title there. Pretty cool looking artwork that's been produced for this release. And on the spine, there's the back. There were 3 different covers for this one, and I think this one's cover B, which is limited to 333 copies. Not much in the way of special features here, just an isolated score track and a TV spot. But I don't think it's been released in the UK yet. And here's the inside. Here's the Blu-ray disc, DVD, and a nice booklet, to be fair. It's done a really good job, as they usually do, to be honest. Nameless really do put a good effort into their booklets, even though they're all in German, but they're just nicely laid out, and a good selection of artwork inside. So there we go. That is Mindwarp. Pretty cool. I think this one came out in 91. 92. So yeah, there you go. Anyone seen that? Let me know how you got on with it. Okay, next up we have a British film that I've never seen, unbelievably. And that's Paper House from 1988. I just can't believe this one skipped me by, and I've mentioned this to a few people that have picked it up. And Tony Horintoj, he said this is one of his favourites from back in the day. And Mr. Wicker actually picked up the DVD recently, and he said he really enjoyed it. A bit strange, but he still enjoyed it. So I'm quite intrigued to see how this one plays out. It's from the director of Candyman, Bernard Rose. And you got Hans Zimmer, who done the musical score as well. He's one of the greats at the moment. So yeah, looking forward to giving this one a go. And it's been given a nice retro VHS style artwork. Here's the border of a worn, tattered VHS cover. The fake video label. A category sticker there as well. So a nice little media book. Very limited though. Only 444 copies of this. And they only did one media book cover. So I can imagine they're going to be selling out pretty quickly. But I think it's just a matter of time before these get a wider release on Blu-ray. So there's the spine. And the back. Limited to 444 copies, like I said. Nothing much in the way of special features, once again, just a trailer. So I'll give you a quick look on the inside. There's a Blu-ray disc and a DVD copy. And once again, a pretty nice book inside, nicely designed. And yeah, I was quite surprised. This one's quite well sought after. And it's quite a well-respected little film. I just can't believe it's just, yeah, eluded me for so long. I only found out about it recently. So that's Paper House from 1988, I think. Okay, and last up for this update, we have a bit of sci-fi with The Communion with Christopher Walken. I think this one came out in 89 as well, late 80s movie. And it's one I've always been aware of. An alien abduction movie, but I've never sought it out to watch it for myself. So I'm quite pleased to have it on Blu-ray now, so I can watch it, give it a go. Because the idea of alien abduction movies, they are quite terrifying. The thought of it. So I'm quite interested to see how this one goes. And once again, it's been given a nice retro-looking cover, like an old worn VHS. There's a category sticker slapped on there as well. Once again, limited to 444 copies, so quite limited. This Blu-ray, only one cover available. But same again, just a bare bones release. Limited to 444, they are numbered. So I'll just give it another look on the inside. Here's the Blu-ray disc, DVD copy. Yep, I like Christopher Walken as an actor. He usually does a pretty reliable job in whatever he appears in. So there you have it. That is Communion. And that is that for this update for now. If you have any questions regarding these releases, just leave me a question below and I'll do my best to answer them for you. So as always guys, thanks for watching. All the new subscribers, welcome. All the comments, much appreciated. Until next time, take care of yourselves guys. Bye for now.